What's up, traders? This is Andrew O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is October 25th, 2021. What a crazy day in the markets, team. Today was absolutely wild. Let's dive into today's session. We had cryptos rallying, we had tech rallying, we had garbage stocks rallying. It was all going up today. So let's talk about it. Before we get into it, quick risk disclaimer: nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan and your own risk parameters. Last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades or anyone's trades for that matter. Never a smart move. Always trade your plan. You should have a sizing methodology. If you need help with that, sign up for the Pristine Capital Trading Community, either our gold membership or silver membership. Go ahead to pristinecapital.net if you'd like to participate. All right, with that being said, let's dive in. Dun, dun, dun. All right, box scores for today. We had S&P 500 trading up 0.4%. NASDAQ QQQ up 1.02%. We had the IWM small caps up 0.95%. And we have the Dow Jones, once again, being the dogs of the Dow, trading up 0.23%. That being said, though, the Dow Jones has been really strong, so it definitely needed a little bit of a break. But yeah, NASDAQ was the strongest today. Take a look at the volatility complex. So we had volatility actually rising in the small caps and in the Dow Jones, volatility declining in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ QQQ. We have so much stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about the small caps. I traded this stock BKKT today that just went crazy. I think it's up like another 25% in the after hours. Let me see. Okay, anyway. Breadth was positive across all the indices. Worst breadth was in the S&P 500, best breadth in the NASDAQ. So overall, this is a pretty solid day. Finviz heat map. Oh my gosh, we had Tesla up 12.66%. Tesla is a component of the Pristine Capital tactical portfolio. I believe I have like a 4 or 5% weight in Tesla. PayPal was up 2.7%. One of our members had a really nice trade in PayPal, so congrats to him. And then we can see, yeah, Nvidia was strong. A lot of these mega cap tech names, we had EV strong, a lot of different themes across the board. We did have some laggards, though, within that mega cap tech space. We had Microsoft down 0.33%. We had Apple basically flat, Google basically flat, Amazon down 0.46%. Sectors, blockchain assets, oh my gosh, up 6.63%. One of my biggest positions is Hut mining. And then my biggest positions are Bitcoin and Ethereum, with Ethereum being the biggest. So we had blockchain assets just absolutely in full rippy mode today. And then what else do we have? So some other areas of the market, we had the ARK funds. The ARK funds did very well because Cathie Wood, everyone hating on Cathie Wood. And she's not a bad investor. She's really a prolific investor. So yeah, I'm always like the Cathie Wood white knight. And it's not really like I even love Cathie Wood. And I'm never really that like feminist, like white knight person. But it's just like, yeah, I'm like the worst with that. Like I hate it when people do that, like just like virtue signaling or whatever. But I just do notice people come at Cathie Wood. Literally, like she's an amazing investor. She's had a nice run. Granted, 2021 hasn't been great, but her 2020 was like stellar. But yeah, people love coming after her, so I'm always that Cathie Wood guy. So I'm actually going to post that on Twitter, like, congrats to Cathie Wood. That's going to be funny. Anyway, that's a detour. Okay, so we had the SPAC ETF did very well. Also, these ARK funds, solar energy did very well, up 2.89%. There are some very good looking solar stocks. I added this as a small component of the tactical portfolio. Might end up raising that in the near future. Style factors. We had the momentum style factor trading up 1.66%. What else did we have? We had so momentum was the best. And then in second place, we had, cyclicals. Yeah, cyclicals, high beta did well also. So this configuration, this is very risk on. And my trend model right now is at a +3. It flipped this morning from a +1 to a +3. So I'm full on risk on mode, full rippy mode, basically. And then this, of course, is the seasonality. We're entering a really strong period of seasonality. Let's take a look at some of these strong groups real quick. So solar energy stocks. TAN ETF up 2.89%. Solar stocks are looking solid here. What I'm noticing also is the EV stocks just as a whole, like Tesla, fantastic move, up 12.66%. Really nice, awesome breakout, continuous option flow throughout the day. Let's dive into, we have Sedge. Oh yeah, and also, by the way, the stock Warby Parker, talked about this in our pre-market webinar as something that I am watching, and one of our members took a position in Warby Parker. So I actually went to Warby Parker yesterday. I went to the mall with my girlfriend, and she showed me this store because my glasses, if you notice in these videos, every time I wear my glasses, I get such a bad glare on this thing. Like, you can't even really see my eyes. It's ridiculous. So Warby Parker is this really cool glasses company. They have an online presence, and then they also have retail stores. They started off, for most companies, they're starting off, with a brick and mortar location, and they're trying to get online. These guys started online, and they built out the omni-channel, with the brick and mortar as well. So I actually went into the store yesterday, was looking at some stuff, did more research, and I ended up doing this, try 5 frames at home for free. It's a really interesting company. And this one, yeah, I'll likely add this. Keep watching it, maybe add it to the tactical portfolio. We shall see. And some of these solar stocks, just looking awesome. We have Sedge, ENPH, I believe, had some news today. This one not really even outperforming. First Solar is the one that looks really strong within this group. Yeah, First Solar pushing out of this little pivot here. This one looks awesome. All right, let's take a look at some of my trades for today. Really interesting action today. Today was, in terms of just process, today was one of my best days, because when the market is moving like this, like when it's moving fast, oh wow, let's not even go to my trades. We have to look at the indices first. That's my B. All right, S&P 500. I'm like all over the place today, but yeah, feeling the energy. S&P 500 was up 0.63%, and we closed at a new all-time high. Wow. And then we have this Venom R1 pivot level at 45.80. Keep in mind, look how extended we are from the 20-day moving average. If we hit that 45.80 level, I think that's like a great level to hit. And to be honest, to take in a little bit of risk. That's what I'll be doing. I actually took in a little bit of risk today. Just such a great day. How could I not sell into it a little bit? You know what I mean? So 45.80 spot 5 looks very likely. Now let's take a look at our NASDAQ. QQQ up 1.32%. Yeah, this one was the sleeper. So NASDAQ, I've been pretty negative on the NASDAQ. Not like negative, like let's short the NASDAQ. But like I've been focusing on some of these other areas of the market, like the small caps, like the value stocks. It's been serving me very well, but I can't help but notice even the NASDAQ is starting to look a bit stronger. So this rally is definitely broadening out, and it really just looks like an everything rally. Russell 2000 closed up 0.93%, first close above 2,300 since June. So we made it past this downward trend line, team. And for everyone that's in this trade with me for small cap season, I think we're starting to, really see it manifest. And this is just the beginning. So where I think small caps are, you see how the small caps, they're in a range, then you start curling higher. And the small caps are pretty much already breaking out, but it's not really like a full-blown breakout. A lot of stocks, a lot of assets do this. Look at Tesla, for instance. Tesla did this. So over here, Tesla had already broken out on this candle, and this candle, right? It's already broken out. But it's not really getting that much attention yet, because really what's happening here is institutions are trying to get into the stock, and institutions don't want to move the price of the stock. So they're trying to get in, maybe they're placing their buy orders at the VWAP, maybe they have a certain number of shares they're buying every day. They're trying to cover their tracks. And as it breaks out, it's like, we're still being calm, cool, and collected, but our buy orders are pushing the price a little bit. Then at a certain point, you get to a level in the rally where you hit escape velocity. And basically it's like everyone pulls their, their offers. Nobody wants to sell it anymore because this thing is breaking out. Then suddenly everybody realizes it's breaking out, so there's a ton of demand for the asset. Then all of a sudden you get a day like today where it's just poof, off to the races. With the small caps, I would say we're still in that initial stage where it's obvious that these things are breaking out. Today was like the first day where I could see a lot of people being like, oh yeah, I see it. It's pretty obvious. But I do believe we're going to have one of these days where we do just have that escape velocity day and we get to this R1 pivot. Let's see what happens though. So yeah, Russell small caps looking really solid. And then the Dow Jones, these dogs of the Dow. Dow Jones is also very close to the R1 pivot. So this one doing very well. It just took a little bit of a breather today. All right, now let's go through my trades. So today was pretty wild. So let's talk about, first of all, these options trades. I was trading options more so in the morning. So AMD, I had these January 21st, 2022 calls. I closed those out for a small winner. Closed out for $13.10. I paid $11.75, and it reports earnings tomorrow. So like I said here, I'm still long this name in the tactical portfolio. Yeah, for an earnings event, it's a binary event, especially when the company's ripped into the print like AMD has. It's very difficult to stay long for that earnings report. Next thing I did, so in the morning at 10:05, I noticed, hey, this looks like a really risk-on day. Here we were, 5-minute chart. Oh my gosh, S&P 500. And yeah, this was at about 10 o'clock, over here. So really before this rally just turned into a rip-roaring rip fest. So I noticed, hey, the market looks really good. My trend model just flipped positive. I only had one short on the books, and it was my Cloudflare short call spread. This one star position for me, nothing crazy. Closed out for a debit of 601, and I had originally received 295. So that one took that one off for a loss. And net, in the morning I was like, this thing just got me. Net, no better stock to lose a short trade to than net. And for me, when we're in a +3 market, I can't really have that many shorts on. So this was like my one short position. But net, yeah, it's gone parabolic. Is it overvalued? Absolutely. But hey, in the morning, I realized this thing just looks like it's going crazy. What am I going to do? You know what I mean? So I saw that, closed this one out also at 10:05, which is like right here, right as it started to break out. Yeah, right there. And then, dun dun dun. So I was like, okay, I'm going to close that out. I had these, I guess I'll just bring this up now because we're on the topic of net. But later in the day, I come back from the screen. I wanted to make sure today that I wasn't FOMOing into a bunch of trades because I know how this works. When the market is moving at this pace, it's just moving so fast. Like everything's just ripping. A lot of things are ripping. Everyone's pulling their offers. Nobody wants to sell. This is the best period to make money because the market's moving great. These stocks, like there's no offers. Everyone's throwing caution to the wind. At this point, everyone knows the market's going up. And everyone's panicking in, like, there's no offers, like, we gotta get in, we're under allocated, like, just get in. And so this is one of the best periods to make money, but typically once you get to this point of the rally, it's towards the later stages of the rally. Like this, when we get to this stage, I do not like to add additional exposure. Like I'll keep my exposure because we're in a +3 market, and I'll keep playing and, all that stuff. But this is where I get in the mindset of like, let me move my stops up. Let me make sure I'm not staying in any bad positions, that sort of thing. So I closed out 2/3 of my HUT November 19th, 15 strike calls for $1.09. I paid 75 cents. HUT is one of my largest options trades I currently have on. I have the 10/12 call spread expiring in November. This was just, I placed these on Friday. When I saw that HUT dip, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So I got into this one, closed out 2/3 of the position for a nice winner. HUT still looks beautiful, still looks elegant, still on track for my main core position. But then what I did on the topic of net is around lunchtime, I re-entered on the short side. So I noticed, hey, this thing's up even higher now. It's up like 5% on the day. So I re-entered. Originally, I had a very small position. This was a 1-star trade for me. So it really was not a big deal. Like, oh, I took the L on it. You know, who really cares? Then I was like, okay, I'm actually going to like do like a real short on the stock now. So I entered in with a 2-star position, the November 19th 190 puts for $12.97. Boom. Net. Got you in my scope. Net is now trading at... And the only reason why I'm getting like so amped up over net is because it's like literally like my one short position. I'm like, man, I want to win a short position while we're in this crazy market. Let's see. Net now trading at a little 107.17 price to sales, and that hasn't even updated for the night. It's going to be even higher. So yeah, net, it reports earnings on November 4th, and I'm just noticing like the volume. Look how much lower the volume is now. So it looks like the institutions basically got in. These institutions were getting in over here. Now this is like just the FOMOers, trend followers, like whatever. So yeah, reinitiated that net position. I love where that is now. I much prefer close this one out and then get long a much better new position at a higher price. This was a little pins, little day trade. This one I closed off for like the smallest winner. Closed out for a couple cents of a winner. And then here, my Netflix October 29th 660 by 670 call spread. So this one I had a nice trade in Netflix last week, and we talked about, you know, how to roll an options trade. I rolled out to the October 29th 660 by 670, which at the time was out of the money. I paid $225 for that, and today I closed it out for $695. Netflix, you know, nice move today. It just continues. That's the thing. Sometimes with these breakouts, you don't know how far they're going to go. So it makes sense to keep that runner on. I closed this one out like pretty darn near the highs and closed it out for an over 200% winner. Keep in mind, that was a runner. So I took a small part of my profits from my first trade in Netflix and I put them in that call spread. So even if I had lost that trade, you know, 100% loser, I still would have made money from the original trade. Now, on those profits, I made an additional 200%. Probably tomorrow, if we get some sort of dip in Netflix, I'll probably just roll it again. I'll take part of the profits from that one and keep going until I lose. That's really like, if you're trading purely process-oriented, you'll keep taking a small part of your winnings and roll it until you lose. And then eventually you're going to lose. Like, nobody likes to lose trades. But like, who knows how far this can go? Maybe it goes like 700. You never know. But yeah, that was really nice, you know, just to make that winner on Netflix. Then I sold a Pinterest 51 by 49 put spread. Collected almost $1 for it. And Pinterest, the reason why I did that was because they announced, first of all, you know, this deal with PayPal fell through, so the stock just fell into the abyss. What I noticed is buyers came in. They came in on high volume, put in a green candle, and Pinterest announced they were getting an executive from YouTube to help them, I believe, like enhance their creator economy. I forget which position it was. Basically, a big wig from YouTube is coming over to be a big wig at Pinterest and help them out. So yeah, sold that put spread, very conservative trade. So on the stock side, oh my gosh. Saving the best for last. So I did stop out of my forward for a small loser. Forward just showing, you know, relative weakness. I mean, this market, boom, no relative weakness. Just get it out of there. BKKT. I got long this at 342. So I noticed BKKT. Let's see how much time we're going. 19 minutes, not too bad. BKKT. I'm going to do more research on this stock tonight, and I'm going to post my research for members. They have a MasterCard and Fiserv deal. Look at this. After announcing partnership with MasterCard to offer crypto debit and credit cards. Crypto debit and credit cards. Listen to that. So this has gone full mainstream. They'll be able to issue their own branded crypto debit and credit cards to consumers who want them. Holders can use Bitcoin purchase through BAKKT Bokt. With the card, it's probably a small exchange. I've never even heard of it. or linked to a fiat-based funding source. And wow, these guys just listed on October 18th. Oh my gosh. And then they announced another deal with Fiserv. So this, to me, let's talk about this. So listen carefully. So BKKT, I'll show you how I got into this one. So this popped up on my radar late. Like, I saw a story about it, whatever, looked further into it. No, the reason why it came up on my radar was I saw the options order flow coming in. Look at this. This is how you can use options order flow. Options order flow, it's not a silver bullet. Like, no way. Some of these options flow providers, they try to make it seem like it is. But this, for instance, is a good use case for options order flow. BKKT, I saw this order come in and I was like, I've never even seen that stock. I don't even know what ticker that is. So that's a reason why, like, options order flow can help, because you look at the ticker, you go, I've never seen that. And then I just looked into it, and the first thing I saw was that story. So once I saw that story and then I saw that flow, I was like, let me see the market cap on this thing, only 208 million. Share float's only 20 million, and the share float is short float's 31%. So I was like, this one, when I'm seeing $1 million call orders come in, I was like, I gotta jump in. So I jumped in, and that's the thing. This is like day one of the move. If institutions really want to buy this thing and really get into it, you might look like, oh, it's up over 200%. It's ridiculous. If institutions really want to buy this thing and start including it in crypto ETFs, such as the Amplify blockchain, the one I always cite, Block, they want the exposure to this thing, they're going to have to buy it, and it's going to move the price up. So this could actually turn into one of those stocks where it's like, what? It's up 500%. Like, it could turn that crazy. Not saying that it will, but it could. And so what I did, given that's my view, I entered. Where did I enter? I entered at 25.09. I said I sized this position as if it was an options trade. And that's really what I did. If something's up, like at the time I bought this thing at 25 bucks, it was already up like 100 some odd percent. I bought it up here. With something like this, like if you try to like, oh, I put in a full position and my stop out point is like 1% lower than where I bought it, you're never going to win a trade like this, because your stop, you could get lucky and you win, but like, it's very easy to get your stop taken out when something's this volatile. So I entered with a small position, because for me, I'm not a YOLOer. It's like, let me get a small position on. This thing could work almost like an option, but look at what it did. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh my God, look at that. In the after hours, it's trading for 45 bucks. Oh my God, so I almost doubled my money oh my gosh. I almost doubled my money I entered this at 342. It's 548 right now. So 2 hours. That's crazy. No, I mean, it's not a big position for me. So like, it's not like, oh my gosh, I just changed my life over here. But as a trader, these things are so rare. Like, so rare that you just happen to catch something like that. So it's more so just like the fun of, I know something like this is only going to happen to me X amount of times in my trading career. So it's just like a fun thing when it happens to you. So yeah, BKKT, nice move. So we're going to end off on BKKT. I don't want to make this recap video too long. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please click the like button on the video. I really appreciate you. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers on this channel. It would mean the world to me. Like the channel, subscribe to it, and I will see you all tomorrow.